10 years, 27 countries, 21,000 companies, 500,000 jobs, almost 950,000 tons of PVC recycled. Those figures summarize the work done by Vinyl 2010, the Sustainable Development Programme of the European PVC Industry. But Vinyl 2010 is more than numbers. It has brought together the entire PVC value chain: resin manufacturers, plasticizers and intermediates, stabilizers, producers and converters.
The key of the success was definitely the setting up of partnership within the value chain. This was very important. All the people on board were very motivated and all of them worked together in order to achieve the targets in due time.
The voluntary approach has proven to be effective, and it has stimulated the industry to adjust quickly to market and political changes.
The biggest challenge in implementing a Vinyl 2010 is, first of all, it's a voluntary commitment. So that's something which is very often discussed in industry, but not very often translated into reality. So that was one of the big challenges. The other challenge is, at the beginning of the debate, it wasn't really quite clear where, at the end of the day, the journey should end up.
This one was unique in the sense that first it addressed the whole life cycle of one material, and also because it was a commitment to transparency.
A progress report audited by independent sources is published every year. A monitoring committee makes sure Vinyl 2010 stays on track.
The people involved who can judge by themselves what's possible, what's ambitious but reachable and what is not, that they set the targets, but they cannot make it in a vacuum. They have to be monitored by themselves, sure, but also by other people, for example by legislators.
It includes representatives from the European Parliament, the Commission, trade unions and consumer organizations.
The biggest achievement was certainly that we created credibility in our industry towards the political audience on the one hand side, but at the same time also against society in general.
Over 6.6 million euros were invested last year. 780,000 came from the 160 members of the Vinyl Foundation, which together with producers and additive manufacturers help finance recycling operations. In 10 years, a total of 948,827 tons of PVC have been recycled. 260,000 in 2010 alone. About 55% corresponds to rigid applications. 45% comes from flexible PVC. The 260,000 tons recycled last year represent the weight of 446 Airbus A380s, the world's largest passenger aircraft. In 10 years, the equivalent of more than 1,676 of these have been recycled. A 20-centimeter diameter pipe from New York to Strasbourg could be built with the 25,000 tons of pipes recycled in 2010. The 108,000 tons of profiles could be used to wrap 380 parliament buildings in Strasbourg. There, the surface of its 20 floors could be covered 5 times with the 2,200 tons of flooring recycled. And the 1,500 tons of waterproof membranes could insulate the roofs of 110 parliament buildings.
Originally we had a target within the whole program of Vinyl 2010 of 40,000 tons. And originally we thought we never would be able to achieve it. Although we knew there was quite some possibility finally to achieve it, but we did not have the right vehicle. And when we found that we constructed the right vehicle where we incentivize, say, the recycling of PVC, then we suddenly we have gold in our hands.
To stimulate and make PVC collection and recycling commercially viable, Rico Vinyl was created in 2003. In 2010, volumes increased 37% thanks to the 150 recyclers covering 17 European countries. Resin producers, including those in new member states, were audited in 2010. Results show a 90% compliance with industry standards. 100% is hoped to be achieved after the criteria for the remaining 10% are verified again in 2011. the plasticizer producers have adapted to regulatory and market conditions. Today, high phthalates represent over 70% of the plasticizer market in Europe. Stabilizer producers reported a 76% reduction in the use of lead in EU15. Lead will be phased out by 2015. Cadmium was completely phased out in EU27. Vinyl 2010 supports research and development. Vinyl Loop and Texiloop experienced significant improvements in 2010. Several scientific studies were financed.
We may be able, if we work together, to give an image that this is a good material that should be used much more than it is today. And it is probably, I think, it is a good idea that this will be a message for consumers.
Collaborations with associations in North and South America, Australia, Southeast Asia and South Africa have taken Vinyl 2010 to a global level. Since 2004, it has been a partnership registered with the Secretariat of the UN Commission on Sustainable Development. 2010 saw the launch of the Sustainable Thinking Platform, an online community with more than 3,000 young members from over 100 different countries discussing sustainability through essays, pictures and videos. And thousands of people are playing and learning every month with the Vinyl game that has been featured in major gaming portals. Building upon the achievements of the last 10 years and the increasing awareness regarding sustainable development, Vinyl 2010 members have decided to move forward with a new, more ambitious program currently under development. The foundations are strong. Working together, the future certainly looks promising for the European PVC industry.
It was the necessary step forward for a whole industry. It was not easy, let's say, to bring them on this boat. There were a lot of reluctant people saying this will be a failure, you will never get the quantities together, you will never substitute lead, you will never, and so on. But we did.
They say you are a strong sector, and because you are strong, you can do something. And the answer is yes, so we will continue to be strong and to do something.